Hey everybody, this is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Listen, we back one more time to encourage you. You know my motto, dream, take that step and walk with purpose into your destiny. Listen, all we do is come on every week to encourage you to follow your dream and to never give up on your dream. I'm telling you, listen, you can do this. Listen, put it in your mind that you are going to achieve it. And I'm telling you right now, take that step. Listen, follow us. We're on Facebook, Troy Alexander. We on Instagram. I love taking pictures, y'all, at Pick by Design, PICBY Design. And follow us, our nonprofit, called to inspire.org. That's called to inspire.org. Also on YouTube, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Listen, we're all about dreamers. Yes, we are. Listen, I got one point of purpose that I want to share with you real quick before we introduce our amazing guest. Listen, just because it's not on your resume does not mean that you are not qualified to have it. Listen, now go build your resume. Listen, it doesn't matter if it's not there now. Begin to take that step and put it on your resume. Everybody starts out somewhere. So I want to encourage you and let you know, listen, before Hamilton Radio, listen, I wasn't even on radio. I didn't go to school for radio, but listen, when you have a dream, you can go forward. I'm telling you right now, it all starts with a dream. So listen, tonight, want to encourage you tonight to continue to hold on to your dream. Tonight, y'all, we have an amazing guest. My goodness, KIARA CARRION. Listen, not only is she a fashion designer, she's a model, musician, actress, dancer, singer, and I'm probably forgetting about 10 more things off the list. But listen, at the age of 4, one of the youngest students ever accepted into the Pasarella, I believe it is, School of Modeling in New York. And she's going to correct me if I got it wrong. Titles include Miss Junior Teen New York. My goodness, also Miss Teen New York. Fashion brand, my goodness, name Katara, began at the age of 13. She has also been named the top 5 fashion influencers. I said it, yes, she is. She is majoring in musical theater, minoring in entertainment law. And listen, y'all, on the dance team, her resume, her bio includes at the age of 10, being a dancer for the WNBA. I'm telling you, leading roles in dance in many Broadway style productions. Award-winning, I never knew this, but award-winning gymnast, 8 state titles, 4 national titles, first place national floor champion, all by the age of 11. She was also nominated for having the best gown of 2018 by Pageant Planet. Welcome, KIARA. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight. I was reading your bio and I was like, am I reading? Because this is like a movie. I mean, you are so phenomenal. I'm like, what can she do? I mean, I'm telling you, fashion designer, model, musician, actress, dancer, singer. Is there anything that you can't do?
I can't draw.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, I'm telling you, if you wanted to draw, I am sure that Disney would be calling you because you are just that phenomenal. I'm so proud of you, KIARA. And listen, I gotta ask you, I'm looking at your modeling career, and I'm looking at you going into this modeling school at the age of 4. Like, did you at age 2 or 3? Like, are you having conversations about this?
Well, this all started because my mom used to go to Pasarella Modeling School, and one day, she was telling me the story actually. One day, I was modeling up and down my living room, and I used to watch MTV all the time, like music videos all day, and I would model to all the songs. And I said, Mom, I want to be a model. So she called the modeling school that she used to go to, and he said, you know what, I'll take her. She'll be the youngest one, but I'll take her. And that's how I got into the modeling school.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So you're telling me that you were so good that they said, we want you, even one of the youngest ever. So you must have had, listen, I don't know what you were doing in that hallway or in the room, but something, or at the house, but you had something special about. Did you know about the entire experience at the age of 4? Like, I mean, could you comprehend what was all happening?
when you're 4 years old, you see it as, oh, this is so much fun. I
Right.
get to play dress up and I get to model. And I was the baby of the group. That I mean, I was with 20-year-olds and
Wow.
12-year-olds. So it was a different mix of people, but it was so much fun. I just remember having so much fun, and I just loved doing it from a young age. And that's why I never stopped doing it, because it was so much
Right.
fun.
Well, I'm telling you, you are truly amazing. Have you ever taken like classes on posing and how to pose and all of that? And I guess they teach you, I'm assuming, how to walk, right?
Yeah. So at that school, we learned everything from walking to posing and even some acting as well, because
Okay.
we had to do a modeling competition at the end of the year called the IMTA,
Okay.
and have to act, model, and sometimes sing and dance. And so I learned everything there. What like I started everything there, and then from there I took it further afterwards.
Well, listen, I don't know if you learned your dance moves from MTV or what, but I don't know, y'all. I saw this video from about 9 years ago, and the heading was like, KIARA, the next J-Lo. Listen, I didn't make it up. I mean, it was on the article. I mean, it was on like the heading of the like when like, do you love to dance? Because I can tell that you do, but I mean, do you really enjoy it?
Oh yeah, that dancing has always been my way of relaxing. Actually, I could be in like dire pain and I'll go take a dance class and it makes me feel 10 times better. That is just my life. I love it so much. And if I couldn't dance, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would do, because that is one thing that I will never stop doing.
Or did it come natural to you? I
I,
mean, did it just
I think so, because it's really fun. We were watching home videos not too long ago because we had nothing else to do. So I saw myself, I think I was about 2 years old, and I was dancing at a baby shower and doing the splits and everything. And I was like, wow, I guess I've just been doing this my whole life and I didn't even realize it. But yeah, dancing came naturally because I loved it so much. And it was, again, it was just so much fun to go take a dance class and take different styles, and it teaches you about life and yourself, and it's so much fun, and I just love doing it. So yeah, dancing is great.
well, you are so gifted because not only did I see you do like now, correct me if I'm wrong, like hip hop type dance, is that right? But then I also saw you doing ballet. And I saw you, I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, like to go from like one spectrum to the other, um, like help me understand. Like did you how many types of dance do you know?
I've done, I guess you could say, every style of dance ever since I was young. Ballet, contemporary, modern, point, jazz, tap, musical theater, everything. um,
Wow.
when I was younger, I used to just do a lot of ballet and jazz. And then as I got older, I got really into ballet because I really wanted to be like a technical dancer. So I did Russian ballet since I was about 8 or 9, or I think seven. Seven. I was 7 years old and I started doing Russian ballet, and then I stopped when I was like 16, I want to say. And then from I continued to do the other
Yes.
styles as well. But that was really important to me to make sure that I learned how to be a technical dancer first so that I can do any style I wanted.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, you look 16. But anyway, I mean, you're so I mean, so I mean, it's like your journey has so much involved. I'm trying to figure out, when did you find time out of all that you're doing? But before I even go there, what does dance give you? Because I've seen the videos, and I mean, you are like, whether it's J Lo or this one or that. I mean, you have really amazing skills. And
Like,
like, how long does it take you to learn a routine? Because to me, it
oh,
just seems like it's so much involved.
no, not really. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, I'm used to learning dances, and I would even say 30 minutes. Like when you go to an, they teach you 4 counts of eight, and you got to pick it up like that and perform it. You know,
Wow.
when I was in the Knicks, we would usually learn the routine the night before and then go perform it the next day.
Are you
So
serious?
yeah, so learning a dance really isn't that hard for me to do anymore because I've learned so many so quickly that I kind of just pick it up now like that.
Where where did where did your confidence come from? Because I'm telling you, to learn something the night before and then go before and then actually perform it, I mean, that to me just seems amazing. You know, I would need a couple of weeks. I'd be like, hold on, give me a couple of weeks. But where did your confidence come? Because you're so, I said it every time I see you, you're so confident, you're so sure of yourself. Are you that way, or do you get nervous or like uncertain at all about things?
Well, I believe confidence comes from experience. I've just been doing it for so long that it's just like second nature to me. I don't see it as something that's scary or, oh my gosh, I got to practice this or anything like that. It's just my life now. And confidence it just comes from you believing in yourself. You saying, I can do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to go full force. And every time I get on a stage or make clothing or whatever, I say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it 100%. And I believe that whatever I do is going to be great. So I go out there with that mindset, and it helps. It really does help to psych yourself up and be like, I can do this. But of course I get nervous like every other normal human being. If I didn't get nervous, I would definitely think there's something wrong there. But
Wow.
I definitely get nervous. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like it. Listen, I mean, you have had the spotlight on you since you were young. I mean, a little child, the
Yeah.
spotlight. I mean, again, from the modeling to the dancing. And then I read, which I didn't even know about the gymnastics.
Hmm.
I mean, oh my, I mean, that now, first of all, I don't know. You said it's 8 state titles, 4 national titles, first place national floor champion, all by the age of 11. Now,
Yeah.
if I count that right, I mean, you must. When did you start gymnastics? When you were 2,
When I
3,
was 3.
3?
Hmm.
Oh my goodness! And so did it just again? Did it just come natural to you, or did you really have to work at it? Because to me, it seemed like this is just in you. Like these gifts are just and innate because to do all of this so well. Now, granted, many people do a lot of things, but you do it at the highest level, which is so amazing to me. So I'm like, I am so proud. So like, did it just come natural? Tumbling and all of that.
Well, I guess as, little kids, especially with me, every little kid loves to throw themselves around on the floor and act like they can
Yeah,
do
but
backflips.
Kiara, not
So,
every little kid wins 8 state titles. 8, not 1, not 2, and 4 national. I'm like, so yes, I get it. Everybody likes to tumble and fall, but no, you had something about you, and I'm trying to find out what it is. There's something great. So again, did you find that it came natural to some degree?
yes, I would say yes. Just I just practiced a lot. I mean, to the point where I would help girls fix their floor routines because I was a perfectionist with mine, and I brought a balance beam and I used to put it in between 2 chairs in my living room, and I would
What?
practice. Yeah, you got to dedicate yourself to these things in order for you to be the best in anything. And that's what I always practiced, to be like the best in everything that I do. So I always practice full force. I hold no bounds and I go super into it. And that was the same thing with gymnastics and dance and everything else. And especially gymnastics. I used to practice after we used to have 3-hour practices. And then after that, I used to go home and practice for like another 2 hours. So,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. So you're putting in at least 5 hours on a given day. How often would you have practice? How many days a week?
3 days a week, I believe we had practice. Yeah, 3.
Wow. Amazing. Listen. Not too many young people have that level of commitment. How did you learn it so young?
Oh, I had a great mother who was very adamant about you need to practice.
Right,
You
right, right,
when you go on stage or when you go into
right,
your floor routine, you got to practice. So
right,
that's where my
right.
work ethic came from. It was like,
Oh
oh,
wow,
I gotta get up every morning. I gotta go on the balance beam. I gotta do my stretches. I gotta perfect everything.
wow.
Hmm.
Well, listen, I have to ask you because people that have, at least from my experience, that have such high level of expectation for themselves, sometimes when they don't make it, it's such a hard fall. It's very difficult to deal with. How have you learned, or how do you respond to those moments, whether it's gymnastics or dance or where you don't meet the level of your expectation?
It's definitely hard because you put in so much work into something and you hope and you pray that it pays off, but there's some times where it's not how much work you put in, it's if you're right, or the timing. It's all about timing. There's certain times where you think you're ready for something and you're really not, and then you find that out later. And it's just, you just got to keep going. You just can't stop. That, I guess
Wow.
that.
Well, yeah, no, amazing. So I got to ask you, because there must be something between you and your mother, right? Because a lot of kids are like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. How did your mother know that this is really, because again, you're not only talking about time, but money and so much else is involved. How did you know, and how did she know that this is really what you wanted to do? Because you're doing so much, right? So what told you, yes, this is, I'm ready to commit to this? And how did your mother know?
I To this day, I don't know how my mom knew, but my mom always said that she saw something in me from a young age.
Yes, yes.
And she was like, I just kind of knew you were different, special. And so when she started putting me in all these things, usually kids are like, oh, I want to go over here. And I did that as well. I wanted to be a teenager. But instead of being a teenager and going out, I dedicated my life to my art and my craft and making myself better. And in the end, I'm glad I made that decision because I love it so much now as an older person. I don't know. I don't think I can call myself an adult yet because I'm about to be 12, but I'm still a teenager. Um, but yeah, I guess when you just love something so much, you don't ever want to let it go.
Right, right.
And
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was going through. Yeah.
Well, I have to ask you, because you have put, so again, we're so proud of you. I mean, you have done so much, and I'm amazed and awe of you, because everything you've done it at the highest level, and whether, again, dance. I mean, I've seen your videos. I mean, I've seen you on stage, on competitions. I mean, I've seen you on just doing amazing moves, and then of course I saw the ballet, but then going to gymnastics, then going to be a musician. Listen, and you talked about it a little bit, but I want you to go into a little deeper, because this show is all about the journey. And I've heard you say, you had to make a decision, right? Couldn't go out all the time, and couldn't. So tell me about that, because was it easy for you, or was it like really like hard for you to again not go out with your friends here, but to be able to go to practice, focus, and let that be your passion in the moment?
Growing up, it was definitely a little harder for me because, I would see all my friends going to parties and birthday parties and sweet 16s. And, of course, as a teenager, that's when you're the most uh, judgmental of yourself. And,
Right, right.
you just, you want to fit in, I guess. You want to be able to say, oh, I have a friend group, and you can go out and do things. And my life was completely different. I felt like I was living a double life sometimes. And I decided when I made that choice, it all started with the school. That was the biggest thing. So first it was the homeschooling.
Mhm.
And then from there it was training every single day. And that just changes you. It changes you. And I kind of grew up fast doing that. But it made me appreciate, people in my life and stuff because I got to know who they are as people.
Wow.
My mom was lucky enough to be with me when I started homeschooling, and I learned who she was as a person, and we got to spend so much time together. And I really am glad that I made that decision, even though, it was definitely difficult, especially when I was getting to like 18, 19,
Right.
very difficult. But I'm glad I made that decision because it allowed me to be able to do what I want, continue to do what I love, and hang out with the people I love the most.
Wow. Listen, everybody, I'm telling you, this amazing young lady, if you don't know her, please get to know her. She's that amazing. And I'm just so proud of you and all that you've done. Listen, the next phase of this gymnastics question is, did you ever think about the Olympics? Because I mean, you're so good. I mean, did that ever come up in conversation?
I mean, when you're like 12, it's not really like a thought.
Right.
Um, Again, you just kind of do these things because they're fun. And, when you go to school, you could be like, oh, yeah, I could do a backflip. And it was, it was really fun to be able to do those things. But I never wanted to be an Olympian. I always wanted to be an entertainer. That
Oh,
was the
wow.
biggest thing. I always knew that I wanted to be a dancer, singer, performer. That was what I always wanted to do. But that was just like a plus that helped my entertainment in a sense. It did help actually. So
So Kiara is talking like, I just wanted to do it just, to help out along the journey, but yeah, along the way, I just, I happened to win again 8 state titles in gymnastics and 4 national titles and, first place national floor champion all by the age of 11. So I love your presence. It's awesome. It's amazing. Then I'm reading about you and I know separate, we'll get to the pageants, but I'm seeing that you're picking up a guitar and you're playing an electric guitar and singing with a group. I'm like, now what can she not do? You are your own show, like your own variety show. Music. I'm gonna have a session on fashion. I'm gonna have a session dealing with athletics. Gonna have a. I mean, when did your joy of playing the guitar and why the guitar?
well, music has been the number one thing in my family for years. My grandfather was a famous singer back in his day in the 60s and 70s. And my great granduncle, he was a DJ back then. And most of my uncles, and they were DJs in the 80s and the 70s. So growing up, I listened to all old school music, classic rock, hard rock, freestyle, disco, all of that. And I really just fell in love with the instruments and melodies and music. And that was just what reminded me of my childhood. And it made me the most happy, like happiest in the world, just being able to listen to music. And it brought me back to certain times in my life. And the reason why I picked the guitar is because I loved Guns N' Roses for a long, 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 long
Okay.
time. And
Okay.
my favorite song is November Rain.
Okay.
And I first saw that and I saw Slash come out with the guitar and like in front of this church or something in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I, like, I want to do that so badly. I want to be so like cool and just so bad at like playing the guitar. And that was when I really was like, Mom, can I please play the electric guitar? I mean, I had a guitar before that,
Right, right.
I never really got like the urge to go full force into it until I was into Guns N' Roses, and from there it just took off. I couldn't stop. You can't put the guitar down like I can't. Just I play it all day long.
Now, wait. What age, if you remember, what age were you when you picked up the electrical guitar?
I want to say I was 13, 14, around there.
And how long did it take you to learn it?
Not long.
I know not long. Listen, I knew the answer. You didn't even have the answer. I'm like, because I'm telling you, you are, I'm telling you, listen, y'all, before we start the show, I said she's not a double threat, triple threat, quadruple threat. Like she is this like octagon threat, or even more than that, right? I mean, so listen, you have to do a master's class. Listen, I'm gonna call Oprah, right? I'm gonna say, you need to do a master's class with KIARA CARRION, please, because she is just amazing. And so, okay, how long did it take you to learn? I know not long. Are we talking like a few hours? Or are we
No,
talking a couple of days, a week?
I started learning songs. Like when you first start learning the guitar, like the very simple basic songs, and they teach you how to play like chords and stuff.
Right,
But
right.
it took me about a year or two to start playing like with a band. And that would from there, then you really start having to know what you're playing and make sure you're in time and you're in tune with everyone. And that was when I really started expanding my how to play and stuff like that. Like when I started playing with the band in the School of Rock.
So y'all listen, she is in the band School of Rock. I know y'all probably saw the movie, right? But but it's amazing to see you on stage with a band. And you're telling me that a year later or so, you're playing with a band.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how that's kind of how it went.
Listen, I want to throw my papers up in the air and be like, listen, I'm just a fan. I am really in awe of you because because and I'm so glad to have you, because so many that are watching this, right? They need to hear and see real life examples of people that had dreams or had a dream, said, you know what, I'm gonna go do that, and didn't hesitate, didn't wait, didn't have no concern about achieving it. So, I mean, it seems like whatever you set your mind to, basically you can do it, but you do it well because you commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
You commit to it. And just what does that word mean to you?
Commitment?
Yes.
Well, I think the reason, like commitment, right, is when you wholeheartedly put yourself into something.
Yes. Yes.
That I'm going to do this, I'm making this decision, and I'm not going to regret it. I'm going to go
Wow.
force into it,
Wow.
and whatever happens, happens. And the reason why I've been able to do all those things and commit to them is because I love them so much. That's just my passion.
Yes.
And that's why, you see famous people like singers and Beyonce and J-Lo. And the reason why they're so successful is because you can tell that they love what they do. They're passionate about it. And that's the only way you can succeed in doing something, especially the arts, because there's a lot of times where you get a lot of no's and you're feeling down. But if you're committing to something, you got to go full force with whatever you do. In my case, it's the arts, but you just got to go full force with it.
Wow. Listen, everybody. Listen, this is why I'm so proud of this amazing young lady. Oh my goodness. More than she could ever know. Listen, I wanted to ask you, because you probably do, have your own band?
Actually, no. I don't have
Oh.
I always wanted my own band, but I do play. So what School of Rock is, it's a really cool kind of program that they had for kids because I was younger at the time when I started. And they have these little camps. And the first one that I joined actually was Guns N' Roses versus Aerosmith,
Oh
right?
no. Wow.
So you get a bunch of kids who want to play those songs, and then they create like little bands, and we play. So let's say we'll play Welcome to the Jungle, and then another little band will play Night Train or something.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of how it started. And then once I turned 18 and I went back to School of Rock, I was in the adult band. And so there, it was kind of like having our own little band because there wasn't a lot of people. There was enough of us to fully have like a little band. And so from there, it was kind of like having a little band. I always wanted a garage band, but I never had a garage to practice in. But I always wanted a garage band.
Wow. Well, listen, I will not be surprised if I'm looking up on social media or I look on television and hear, and the next group you're gonna hear is KIARA and the Angels or something like that. I don't know, whatever it's called, but whatever your name might be. But I'm telling you, that is, I would not be surprised. Would you want to go on the road?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I just love that lifestyle of being able to travel and go perform and do shows. That's where I feel like the most excited, and it makes me so happy to go on a stage and meet people in different cities and make friends and stuff. And I would love to be able to have that be my life because that is so much fun to me.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, you seem to love so much, so many things, and you do them so well. KIARA, I'm like, I just want to kind of like, just talk to you, right? Just like, you should write a book. You should do, I told you, a masterclass video. And I know it may sound, but I'm serious. I mean, you should be on the motivational speaking gig because you are such an inspiration. Have you ever been invited to talk to a group of young people or a group of young adults?
I have been invited to talk to young kids. I remember when I was young, I want to say I was about 12 or 13. I got to go to the Bronx and speak to kids about the arts and what I do and how they can pursue their dreams in the arts. And I've done that a couple times. But never like a full like motivational speech, like you can do it, one of those.
No, but make it, use all of your time. Can you imagine? Because see, I can understand how kids may not be so engaged with someone just talking on the stage, but what happens if KIARA comes out with her band first and you're rocking, right? You're getting the young people excited, then you stop, you talk to them, then you bring out your dance crew, and then you do a look. I'm telling you, you could do a whole motivational thing, KIARA. Oh my goodness. And you, all of your talents. Yes. And when it's all over, you need to start your own art school. Your own school, the KIARA School of the Arts.
It's funny that you say that because my ultimate goal in my life is to create a entertainment company and kind of have like a school where kids can come and they learn how to be entertainers. It's funny that you say that because that is actually one of my dreams.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, I didn't even talk about it, but I could see it. I can see it. I can actually see it. And listen, if you need a board of directors, I'll be happy to be on the board. Whatever I can do to help you. Because I love to sing. I love to sing. I have this little dance group in my church that I work with, and so I love arts. I love artistic. I love Broadway. I love musicals. I've seen Les Mis like 3 or 4 times. Phantom of the Opera, Cats. I mean, you name it. I love musicals, and so yeah, I love the arts. I love it. So that's why I'm so. Oh, I could see a KIARA School of the Arts. Oh my goodness, yes. And listen, y'all, we are not even close to being done. this amazing young lady, oh my goodness, if I can even find it, she has begun her own fashion line, her own brand. Oh my goodness, Katara. She started her own brand, and I believe it was at the age of 13. Is that right?
Yes.
Listen, y'all, I know you are in disbelief just as I am, because you've already heard her talk about gymnastics, being a guitarist, being in a band, being a model from the age of like 4, starting, I mean, whatever. Now she has her own brand at the age of 13. Now listen, I haven't even, I'm not going to tell you my age, but I mean, to comprehend all of, I'm saying, how does she do it? Like when did you find time? So let's talk about the brand. First of all, so how did Katara come about?
Katara came about because I loved Kitaro. My mom and me, we used to listen to Kitaro. He's a Japanese uh, musician and he producer. And we just kind of took my name and did the same thing, but Kitara. So we just added a T to my name, my real name. And that's how that name came about, actually.
And so tell me, what was it about this musician that inspired you to use that part of the name?
Well, he has a lot of new age music and it's very like ethereal and otherworldly music. And that's kind of how my brand feels. When I make clothes, I like to make the girls feel that they're goddesses. And I love all like Greek mythology,
Yeah.
Egyptian, stuff like that. So the music kind of created the clothes in a way, but it's also an extension of myself. But that's how he kind of inspired the name and also kind of what the clothes look like as well.
Yes, they do. They are so royal and regal, and um, like, are they handmade, or are they like somewhat a mass produced, or do you hand make them all?
No, me and my mom, we make all of the pieces that are put on the stage.
Oh my goodness. How long does it take you to make a piece, like a piece?
It
Is it
depends. For like a bra that's crystals, applications, and everything, that could take a day or two, depending on how extreme the bra is. A corset takes 3 weeks to it depends. But a full outfit, like with the cape and the pants and
yes.
everything like that, that takes a little bit longer because you got to get the right measurements. They got to come in for fittings. You got to make sure everything looks right. So yeah.
Well, listen, I have to give a shout out to your mom. She's amazing. And I hope to one day, again, I hope she could, but just, I mean, just a phenomenal woman person. Oh my goodness. She should have a school herself. It's amazing. She should do a master class. Oh my goodness. Listen, I want to ask you, at the age of 13, you start, your own brand. When did you do your first show? Like, was it around 13 or 14 or 15, or like your first fashion show?
I think it was when I was 15 or 16. A friend of mine, Alyssa Lego, asked
Yes.
me to do her fashion show fundraiser and gave me a little push to create a whole collection.
Oh,
That was the first fashion show we ever did.
oh my goodness. I'm actually amazed that it took you 2 years to get, because everything else has happened so fast. I'm like, wow. So okay. So now I saw a collection piece. I believe it's coming out, unless I missed it, called Cleopatra, right?
Cleopatra already came out. The new one is called
Okay.
That.
Called what again?
It's called the That Girl collection.
The That Girl collection. I'm sorry, everybody. Cleopatra already came out. The That Girl collection is coming next. I'm sorry, but like collection number 25, 30 will be out soon as well. Wow. Now, what is it? What is it about That Girl? What's your concept with that?
Well, I'm an old soul, so
Yes, I mean you are.
I love old music and I love old television.
Yes.
So one of the shows that I watch is called That Girl,
Okay.
and It's about a woman in her 20s and the 60s, and the fashion from that show is just incredible. And it's just another part of me and what I love and my old lady inside of me. So I decided to make a That Girl collection based off of that, and it's been so much fun to just take
Oh,
the things that I love, like the Cleopatra, and because I love Greek goddesses and Egyptian goddesses, and just create these clothes that the girls put on, and it makes them feel like they're gods and goddesses, and like they're in the 60s, and it's been a lot of fun.
oh my goodness. Well, listen, I mean, listen, is there at any point in your journey where uh, you don't feel so inspired? Because I'm sitting here and imagining myself that you must force yourself to actually go to sleep because you have so much inspiration all around you. First of all, your mom, right? But secondly, I mean, the music, right? The fashion, the dance, I mean, and so is it hard for you like to rest yourself, like to go to sleep?
Oh yeah. I'm always constantly thinking of new things
Yes.
to do, new projects, new skills I can learn. I'm even learning how to speak different languages because I always want to push myself to be a better version of me. And yeah,
Oh.
so I, I don't know how to relax. It's very hard for me to relax.
I can tell.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
it's very hard.
so now you're learning multiple languages.
Yeah. I'm
Everybody,
learning. I know a little bit of Spanish because my family's Puerto Rican, so we speak Spanish to each other. Spanish, Italian, French, Korean, and Japanese.
those are languages that you speak now.
Not fluently. I'm learning like one at a time, but those are the languages that I'm at. Those are like the ones that are set in stone right now.
Are you like a real person, or am I talking to an image, like a mirage?
Oh no,
Or
I'm real. I'm real.
wow. So are you gonna like expand and start singing in multiple languages?
Well, I can sing in Spanish. I can sing in English. And I listen to a lot of K-pop songs, like Korean pop music.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I guess you could say I sing in different languages because I sing along with the songs. But I think for the most part right now, I'll just stick to Spanish and English. Those are the two I understand the most.
Are you on the stock market? Because I would love to invest in KIARA CARRION. I mean, I would love to invest in just your imagination, your thoughts, your ideas, because I'm telling you, everything you touch turns to not even gold, but platinum. And so I just have to, I don't know, I have to ask your mom, like, can I go on the stock exchange and find you and like invest in you?
I don't think I would come up, but I actually did when I it's funny because when you're 18 you start researching about all these different things that come with being 18 and you're like, oh, I'm an adult now. And one of the things that came up was the stock market, and they're telling teenagers to invest now and you can grow your money, and I was like, that's actually a really good idea. So it's funny that you
Yeah.
brought it up.
Don't tell me you're a stockbroker too.
No, no, no.
Okay, I just wanted to ask because I don't know, because everything you touch and everything you want to do, you seem to do it at such a high level. So that is amazing. Well, listen, if you ever do, please let me know because I want to invest because I have no doubt that whether it's the school, the band, the camp, the summer camps, the whatever, I know it's going to be amazing, and I would love to whatever I can do to be a part of that to help you. Just please, just say, hey, Troy, yep, I'm there because you are just that amazing and that wonderful. So, listen, y'all, I haven't even begun to, and I know we're almost done, but listen, pageants I told you, everything she touches, it seemed to turn into. All right. So not only is she Miss Junior Teen New York and Miss Teen New York, are there any other titles that you hold? Because I mean, it's only two. Not that two isn't enough, but have you won any more?
No, and I won 3 titles so far,
Okay.
but none at the moment. I'm taking a break from pageant. So I have
love it.
other things, but
Yes. Yeah, like sleep. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Wow. Now I have to ask you because again, people want to know how you get to this place. You must be like on a very strict or very regimented diet and health. I mean, you have to be healthy because you're so active, involved with so many things. Do you like watch? Do you have like a certain diet or something?
I do, but only because I have food allergies to a lot of different things, so I can't eat processed foods, stuff like McDonald's and Burger King, all the good stuff. So um, I kind of have to eat, like fruits and vegetables and
Okay.
chicken and steak, but have it be like completely clean and like not out of the bag or stuff like that. So I'm kind of almost like a vegan in a way, but I eat meat and I
Okay.
have dairy, but not a lot. And it's funny because people are like, "Oh, why do you, have a diet like that?" And I'm like, "Please, if I could eat McDonald's every day, I most definitely probably would.
Oh,
I
wow.
simply can't." But yeah, that's the only reason why I have a strict diet because I have a lot of food allergies.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, listen, I have to, I mean, you have, again, I said before, you've been in the spotlight so much. I mean, I would think that you had to, excuse me, had to experience some level of criticism or, I mean, because young people do, like the social media. Have you ever faced something that was really a challenge at all, just in terms of people giving you feedback at all about anything that you're doing?
I wouldn't say criticism, more like people just teaching me different things and giving me little critiques here and there, but never anyone criticizing, what I do or my clothes or anything like that. So that's good. Thank God. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it's mostly just people helping me and teaching me and me learning things
Right.
like that, or taking corrections.
Yes,
But
yes, yes, yes,
you know,
yes. Wow. Well, listen, everybody, not only does this amazing young lady, is she a fashion designer, began her collection at her brand rather at the age of 13, but she models her own brand. Listen, listen, if nobody else models, KIARA, I'm telling, I mean, I'm like, and you're so inspiring. And so I have to ask you, like, what is your vision for the fashion? I mean, well, tell me, what do you envision for your fashion brand? Where do you want it to be?
well, I would definitely want it to be a part of, New York Fashion Week, the official New York Fashion Week, and I would even love Paris Fashion Week because that's like
Yes.
the couture, and my clothes are very couture like, and I would definitely love. That's like one of my big goals for my clothing brand to do like Paris Fashion Week, Milan, things like that.
Well, I have no doubt that you will.
And
The only thing I ask you to do, tell the organizers that you have a personal photographer that must come with you and kind of be like, Troy, I need you. Yes, right, we good?
yes, for sure.
No, listen, y'all. I've been trying to get a photo shoot with this for like 7 years. I mean, maybe like 10. No, I'm just kidding. But we've been trying to coordinate for a long. But one day I'm gonna take her amazing photos. But
Yes.
listen, I have to ask you, is there anything that you have not done yet that you still aspire to do? I know the school is coming. I know the band is coming. I know the TV shows are coming. I know to hire you, it's gonna be like $5 million or $10 million. you know, to bring. So I know all that's coming in, right? But is there something that you have not done yet that you aspire to do, sort of like on your vision board?
Learn how to play the drums is one. I've always wanted to learn how to play the drums as well. And I guess make music, have a band, make music with them. And let's see. Walk the Victoria's Secret fashion show. There you go. That's a good one.
Wow.
That's been a huge goal of mine ever since I was younger.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, I said before, I have no doubt, whatever you set your mind to, you are going to do just that. I have no doubt about it at all. Listen, I got to ask you, oh my goodness, y'all. I didn't even talk about the acting. I mean, this young lady is an actress. I mean, and good. not just, oh, when did acting come a part of your journey? Oh my goodness.
When I was 4, the same time I started the modeling, I started the acting. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. Well, listen, you have seemed to master all of that. Do I see film coming next? Film?
Oh yeah, I've done a couple of short films
Yes.
for festivals. I did one called Loving Billy, one called Glass Flowers. Those are a lot of fun. I love movies. I love making movies, and I love being able to transform into different characters. It's just so much fun, and you get to play somebody who you would never be as a real person, you know, in your everyday life, and I find it so interesting. So yeah.
Wow. Now, please don't tell me that you're a screenwriter and you're a film director as well.
No. No. I just like the acting part.
Oh, I'm telling you, listen, you could actually put together an entire motivational program. I'm telling you, listen, if you need help, let me know. I see it in my brain, like I see you doing from the acting. And imagine how many kids you can inspire in the arts, because you do everything almost. It seems like you do everything. So you could show them acting, dancing, singing, musician. So I'm just saying, if you ever want to go on the road with a motivational platform, I got you. I got you.
Thank you. That's amazing, actually. Why not?
Yeah. And listen, one of the biggest things, and I didn't want to make it like, you know, last, but save the best for last in a sense, but I know you are such a spokesperson, oh my goodness, for ovarian cancer. Working through the TEAL, you are a TEAL Youth Ambassador, which is tell every amazing lady about this amazing platform. Why did you feel it important to become a part of that platform?
Well, ovarian cancer is a disease that not many people know about. I didn't even know about it when I first heard about it. My cousin Jennifer was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in her 20s, and she is one person in my family that I love so dearly. I love her so much. And when we found this out, it was already she was 6 years free of being cancer free. Right. He invited us to the teal walk, and teal is the color that symbolizes ovarian cancer, and September is the month. And so we attended the walk, and I learned about teal and who they were, and I wanted to fully show her my support and that I supported her and I was here for her. And so I started to volunteer with teal, and I've been doing that for about 5 years already. And in between those 5 years, she Pamela Esposito, she's the CEO of teal, and she created the Youth Ambassador program. And I was her first ambassador to come a part of her brand and everything like that. And what my job is to tell my generation about the signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer, because there's no screening test.
Wow.
We don't know that they have it until it's at like stage 3 or 4, you know, when it's already kind of too late. And so I really wanted to make that my mission, to tell my generation about it because, you know, it hit close to home and it's not something that people even think about, you know, that exists. I mean, I even found a girl that was as young as 8 years old that had ovarian cancer.
Wow, wow,
So
wow. Well,
definitely not something that is an older woman's issue. It affects all ages.
well, you are an amazing ambassador, and we're so proud of you. Oh my goodness, your videos and your PSAs are just amazing for this amazing platform here. Listen, give us all of how can somebody find you? Give us all of your social media, or if someone wants to contact you to do a motivational speaking gig, or to play in the band, or to do whatever. How can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KIARA CARRION. Facebook is the same thing. My TikTok, I have a TikTok now.
Wow.
I have a TikTok. It's at Carlene5643. And you can find my clothing line as well on Instagram at Katara Designs. And yeah, I think that's it. I got all my pages. I think I'm good.
Yeah, wow. Listen, any shout outs that you want to give to anyone that's been a part of your journey? If not, it's okay, because I know you won't want to leave anybody out. But if you want to give any shout outs, you can do so now.
I think the biggest shout out goes to my mom. Honestly, the person who created me to be who I am and my work ethic, and she made me, and she made my career, honestly, because without her I wouldn't be here.
Wow.
So
Well,
shout
let's
out
give us.
to Patrick.
Yes. Well, so that means I have to get your signature as well as your mom's, because I want to make sure we get your signature. Well, listen, we're so proud of you. Is there any more? I want to give you the floor. Is there any more you want to share with us about your journey, who you are, where you're going, what's next for you? Again, like I said, I see the school. That's a given, but there's so much that we're just excited to see what your next is, because I know there's more. So I'm gonna give you the floor. Is there anything else you want to share about you, your journey, your platform, what you're working on at this point?
Well, you know, I just want to tell people, especially the younger generation, that if you have a dream and if you have a thought, even, you know, I always say to go for it. You know, and whatever you do, it could be sports, academics, arts. If you have a dream to do something, just do it full force and don't hold yourself back. And yes, we all have those times where we doubt ourselves and, you know, we're not always so sure of ourselves, but those are the times where we grow as people and we learn and we move on. And that's what makes us better as people and in our careers. And I just think that if you guys have a dream and if you want to do it, you can achieve anything in life. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is set in stone. So if you want to do anything, you can do it. As long as you have a passion for it and you commit to it, you can achieve anything in life.
You watch, she's amazing. Listen, everybody, let's give it up. Like, yeah, carry on. I'm telling you. Listen, thank you so much. We so appreciate you. And I thank you again for giving up your time to come on our show. This is really a platform to inspire everybody, but especially our young people to dream. I said it before, take that step and walk with purpose into their destiny. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. I'm so honored. Thank you so much for coming on. And listen, I got to have you back at some point, you know, because I want to be there for the grand opening, you know, for your school. I want to be there for whatever your band, just let me know. And whatever I can do to support you and to let you know that we are a fan, we are cheering, we are excited about your next, because I know it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing as you are. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Any last words you want to say before we go?
Well, thank you for having me and thank you for this opportunity.
Wow, our honor, our pleasure. Listen, everybody, let's give it up again for KIARA CARRION. Listen, right now, follow her, connect with her, because I'm telling you, You will see her name on the marquee. You will see her name in lights. You will see her name on the credits going up the TV screen and the movie screen. I'm telling you right now. So get ready. Connect with her. So proud of you again. Thank you so much. You're amazing, phenomenal, super, just everything, all that. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for again being a part of our journey. And we thank you again for your support. Continue to stay connected with us. Watch our show. We'll be back again next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss that show. We have an amazing guest that was on the documentary that was on Netflix, and she's an amazing ballet dancer, and she has danced she's danced for J-Lo. She's danced behind. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss the show next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great night, everybody. And you know my motto, dream, take that step, and walk with purpose into your destiny. This is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Have a great night.